Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, March 31st, 2022. It's already the end of the month. That's pretty crazy to think about. I'm a little on the tired side. I kind of stayed up a little late. I was able to get good sleep, that's for sure. But I don't know. I guess I just stayed up pretty late. So I made myself some morning coffee. And yeah, that's been about the extent of my morning. Oh yeah, I finally beat Xenoblade 2 last night, and it was awesome. It took me forever. Well, not forever. Honestly, it didn't take me that long. The final battle gave me a little bit of grief, but once I figured out the patterns, well, kind of patterns more or less, I don't know if you'd call them that. But once I figured those out, the rest of the fight kind of got easy. It sounds like jumper over there. But yeah, it got a little easier, got a little more manageable, and that was nice. So with that, I've made Persona 5 Royal the next game I need to beat. I've already beaten the original Persona 5, and that's why I'm having such a hard time getting through Royal. But I don't know, hopefully I'll be able to actually manage it at some point. I mean, if I can beat Xenoblade 2, I can probably beat that, because turn-based games are more my speed. So yeah, that was pretty much it. And yeah, I know I didn't record any other vlogs yesterday. I did the morning one, but then after that, I don't know. Time just kind of escaped from me. I worked, and then I hung out with Kayla when I could. She had to leave for work while I was at work, which also sucked, but she has today off, so that's good. And then after I got off, I took a very brief nap. I mean, very brief. It was like 20 minutes. And then I played Xenoblade 2. And I just busted on through to the end of the game, which wasn't actually that far from where I was at. I asked a friend of mine about it and told him where I was, and he was like, dude, you're like a few steps away from the final battle when I stopped the day before yesterday. And I'm like, man, well, I kind of wish I knew that because, like, I've been playing the Trails series so much that I'm so used to endings going on for hours. But no, Xenoblade 2 had a very I'm not gonna say brief ending, but it didn't overstay its welcome, is what I should say. Like, you're greeted with a fair amount of cutscene at the end of the game, but it's really not as bad. Because the Trails series, those cutscenes can go on for hours depending on, how fast you let the text progress. And for me, I'm a fast reader, but if it's voice acted, I'll wait until the full voice acted line is complete before moving on, so it takes me a while. And I'll also sometimes read the text like it's being spoken instead of going at my usual reading speed, so that also contributes to that. But it was nice. It's been a while since I beat a game with a proper conclusion, because I've beaten 4 Trails games in the past year, and those games are all continuations of each other. And while there are clear cutoff points where it's like a semi-conclusion, it just the story keeps going, and you know that the story is not fully over yet. Even when you reach the end of an arc, it's like, okay, yeah, that's the end of one arc, but there's definitely more ahead. So that was my perspective on that. But Xenoblade 2, it just kind of wraps the story up in a very pleasant way, and I appreciate it. And when I say pleasant, I mean it just feels nice from a literary standpoint. I won't say anything further because I'm afraid of accidentally dipping into spoiler territory, and the Xenoblade fandom is really good about not spoiling those games, so I will do my part. With that being said, I think I'm going to enjoy my coffee and relax before work, hopefully get a little warmer, I left the AC on overnight, so the house got very cold. So I've turned the heat on to counterbalance that. But yeah, I will hopefully see you guys later. And if I don't, or if I do, I hope you guys have a good day, or a decent day at least.